Good morning and welcome back to the technical charts analysis section. So I received some feedback from some of my readers and followers that the technical analysis videos was a bit blur. I double checked the technical specifications and I believe the blurriness is only for the first 10 to 20 seconds. So yeah, so possibly after 20 seconds, the charts will appear to be very clear and visible again. Okay, so today is a Tuesday again, and for yesterday, when we were analyzing the charts, we were looking at the US dollar to be on a 2-day bullish recovery. So on last Friday and last Thursday, the US dollar consolidated over here. Okay, consolidated for 1 day, 2 days, and then it was recovering, okay, going back up on a bullish trend for 1 day, 2 days, and on yesterday, which was a Monday, we can see that the US dollar was testing this resistance again. It was actually consolidating for most of the day, as you can see, as it is coming down. It is also being supported at these levels. Okay, only towards 2 a.m. When the announcement was made later on, okay, the charts discontinued. The latest one was on 1600 hours. 1600 hours plus 5 is 2100 hours, would be 9 p.m. local Singapore time. Okay, usually when prices discontinues like this, it could be an irregularity that happened in the market, which could be, for example, yesterday's Federal Reserve announcement. But usually the prices will come back. I'm not too sure why it didn't come back this time. However, once the price opened up again, it was at this particular support and resistance level way back on the 11th of June. This was last Thursday. Okay, so as you can see, this morning was hanging around there. It weakened slightly, and currently it is still pretty quiet, just trading around the range. Okay, so but for this major move down, major weakening of the US dollar, there are two signs that can show us that it could be weakening. Number one, the last two market days on Thursday and Friday, it was going up, and on Monday itself, which was yesterday, it was testing this resistance. Okay, so it kind of formed this what we call, or what I call, a double top. So a double top, normally it could lead to a reversal, and it didn't immediately go down, but it was trading in a sideways range, and the other indicator was this. Okay, it was resting on this level, so there is a high chance that after testing this support for quite some time, there's a high chance it could break. Okay, and at 9 p.m. it broke, and not too sure, again there's a lack of data here. However, as the prices opened back again this morning at about 8 a.m. okay, it was resting at this support level. Okay, so how did the FOMC or the Federal Reserve announcement affect the US dollar? As we are aware by now, the Federal Reserve approved the SMCCF credit facility to start purchasing individual corporate bonds. So it's pretty much a similar story from the end of March. It means that as the US was going to launch quantitative easing, and it basically means that the US is ready to print more money, and at most of the times, or even currently, they are at what we call doing whatever they can in their power to support the economy. Okay, so it means that it is pretty much similar to unlimited quantitative easing, and they are willing to print more money as the economy requires it. Okay, so again, whenever you do quantitative easing or print money, you have to get the funds from somewhere. Okay, so the source of financing for all these emergency programs comes from bonds, it comes from fixed asset securities, and so on, meaning that in the long run, the US government still has to repay those trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. Okay, so when these programs are launched, and when you have too much debt and you have to fund it with US dollars, okay, to a certain extent in the short term, it will affect the movement of the US dollar. Okay, so in this case it means that the impact was weakening of the US dollar overnight. So looking back at the UK pound, basically over here again we saw the UK pound consolidating for a few days and then weakening for 1 or 2 days as the US dollar was strengthening for 2 days. Okay, so again the UK pound consolidated yesterday, and as early as 10 plus 5, this is 15, 3 p.m. the UK pound started to strengthen against the US dollar. Okay, although the US dollar didn't necessarily go down a lot, but it was trading range bound. So yeah, so this is why you can see the UK pound moving up. Okay, there was also some specific news related to the UK pound, which was reports that Brexit negotiations, actually it's been done already, but they are now working on the details of the trade or the Brexit exit between the UK and also the European Union. So for yesterday, after consolidating for a while, the UK pound moved up over here at about 10 plus 5, 1500 hours, which is at 3 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, goes up about 86 pips, then consolidates again within this range, and at about 1400 plus 5, 1900 hours, 7 p.m. the UK pound goes up another 94 pips. Okay, so altogether from 3 p.m. until the US market trading session, it moved up about 140 pips. Okay, so yeah, so this was an extension. So moving on to the euro dollar, again we see the euro dollar consolidating for a couple of days last week, and it was bearish for 2 days, and for yesterday it was also consolidating, and only towards the evening during the US market session it started to move up more. Okay, 1600 plus 5, 21, which is 9 p.m. during the US trading session, it moved out about 86 pips. And yeah, afternoon Asian trading session and UK trading session, it was just consolidating. Okay, so moving on to gold prices. Gold prices, we can see that after last Thursday's major drop, okay, major drop as in after the FOMC statement mentioning that interest rates will be low for the next couple of years, and also a large spike in COVID-19 cases in the US. We can see that gold prices actually came down, okay, after consolidating on a Thursday and Friday. On Monday, gold prices yesterday moved down at about 5 plus 5, this is 10 a.m. okay, gold prices moved down from 1,733 US dollars, okay, all the way to a low of 1,704 US dollars. Okay, so Asian trading session down, UK trading session, this is a bit early, 8 plus 5, 1300 hours, 1 p.m. also down, and the third one, again this is a bit early also, 1200 hours, which is plus 5, 17, this is 5 p.m. also moving down, only towards the US trading session, this is the major candle, 1700 plus 5, 2200 hours, this is at 10 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. Gold prices started to recover from 1707.83 all the way until 1728.38. Okay, so the recovery of gold prices could be in conjunction with partly yesterday's economic data being released, okay, which was here, and of course it also went up in conjunction with the federal rate announcement. Okay, federal rate announcement over here. Okay, so moving on to the final two instruments. One of it is oil prices. Again, we see oil prices trading in consolidation phases and then moving down. And for the last 2 market days, yesterday and also last Friday, we can see that oil prices are also consolidating. Okay, so after consolidating for a while, again for yesterday in particular, it was consolidating within this range. There was a small gap here, and it managed to close the gap and then move further up. Okay, but the support level was here, the previous low touched on last Friday, $34.62. So for yesterday, again, during the Asian trading cycle, it was going down about $1.50. During the UK market cycle, it was going up again $1, about $1, almost $1.50 also. Again, the third cycle going down, and the final cycle during the US trading session, it moved up about $2.67. Okay, again, currently it's gone quiet a bit. S&P 500 also staged a good recovery after dropping for the last 2 days, ever since last Thursday and last Friday. Okay, and yesterday it did push one final one. This final push down would have killed, I wouldn't say killed, it would have stopped out any trader who was still buying over here, okay, buying over here. This last push down would probably have stopped out all of these buy trades, and then only after that it started to move back up again. Okay, so that was the movement of the US dollar index, which is currently consolidating, although it did recover for 2 days. Yeah, be very sensitive about chart patterns, timing, and price movements, price action. Okay, the euro dollar, so we look at the H4 also, so you can see it's consolidating. On for the UK pound, okay, for the UK pound, it has also come down to a certain level. So I would say that later on 2 p.m. gotta be very careful. There's a high chance it can still move up. Okay, so of course we'll wait and see what happens later at 2 p.m. for the UK pound. Gold prices again is currently pretty quiet. Again, we'll have a look and see later on where it goes. Yeah, so yeah, that is the market wrap up for today. So just be aware of today's major events, which would be the UK data coming out at 2 p.m. and also towards the evening, it will be the core retail sales from the US and also Federal Reserve Chairman Mr. Jerome Powell testifying at 10 p.m. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good day ahead in terms of your market day. And yeah, prices are kind of tentative. Most of the prices, as you can see, it's not really moving much. It is mostly awaiting, especially I would say tonight's testimony by Jerome Powell, and also this afternoon's UK and partly European economic data that is going to be released. Okay, so have a good day ahead, and I'll see you again tomorrow for more market updates and more price action analysis. Thank you.